We are just 10 nights away from the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. But tonight, SmackDown is live from the PPG Paints Arena in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. And in or out to SummerSlam, the World Heavyweight Champion, Ilja Dragunov, is set for a champion versus champion headliner affair right here tonight in Pittsburgh. Dragunov set to go one-on-one with the United States Champion, Austin Theory, to a SmackDown's top star set to clash at a champion versus champion bout right here tonight. And speaking of championship gold, who is going to punch their ticket to the SummerSlam kickoff show to challenge Kairi Sane for the Women's United States Championship? We find out in an 8-woman over-the-top rope battle royal right here tonight. Last woman standing is going to Cleveland. And kicking things off in moments live for the PPG Paints Arena, Mr. Money in the Bank Finn Balor is set for a long-awaited grudge match against main event Jey Uso. All this action and more live tonight, 10 nights away from SummerSlam on Thursday Night SmackDown.
Making his way to the ring, representing the Usos from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds. Main event, Jey Uso!
Let us take you back to last week on SmackDown. Mr. Money in the Bank Finn Balor one-on-one with the young OG Javon Evans in the main event. Balor picked up the victory after an incredible effort by Evans. Unfortunately, Finn Balor continuing to add insult to injury with his post-match beatdown at ringside. Luckily for Evans, main event Jey Uso was the first to arrive on the scene and take the fight to his longtime rival in the Judgment Day's Finn Balor. Well, Finn Balor would get away scot-free moments later, only to be met by Damian Priest from Monday Night Raw at the top of the stage, who dropped Finn Balor with a razor's edge. Of course, a developing story there, but as for main event Jey Uso, his history with Finn Balor runs all the way back to March of 2024 over on Monday Night Raw. And there has been an unsolved problem between Jey and Balor for months. Remember, it was Jey Uso, along with Finn Balor, who participated in that triple threat matchup for the World Heavyweight title against Ilja Dragunov back in the early part of July at King and Queen of the Ring. But now tonight, Jey Uso looks to finally settle the score with a man who holds a hell of a lot of power here on SmackDown. The Judgment Day's Mr. Money in the Bank, the Prince, Finn Balor.
And his opponent, representing the Judgment Day, from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 190 pounds, Finn Balor.
And coming up a week from Sunday in Cleveland, it is the matchup that is nearly 6 months in the making between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Nearly 6 months since Finn Balor stabbed Priest in the back. Priest has been waiting to get his hands on Finn ever since. Damian finally gets his shot to go up against Finn Balor. It's coming up a week from Sunday in Cleveland at SummerSlam. Former 3-time World Tag Team Champions, 2-time Tag Team of the Year, as voted by you, the fans. There was one point in time where Balor and Priest were running roughshod on Monday Night Raw. Boy, how the tides have changed in 2025. What is common practice here on SmackDown for us to note that the Judgment Day's list of enemies are a mile long. Damian Priest on that list. Jey Uso, one of those men as well. Finn Balor is going to be in the ring with Damian Priest at SummerSlam, but tonight it is Jey Uso's opportunity to get even with Finn as we kick things off live tonight from Pittsburgh. Sounds like Pittsburgh is turning into Yeet City here as Jey Uso hot out of the gate. These two men know each other extremely well at this point. Ain't no time for a feeling out process, ain't no reason for it either. Jey Uso just letting Finn have it. Finn Balor's been very cocky, very, dare I say, happy and arrogant over the last couple of weeks, ever since winning Money in the Bank. Got in the face of AJ Styles a couple of weeks ago, holding that Money in the Bank contract. Judgment Day have been in search of all the power here on SmackDown, and with that contract, Finn Balor certainly holds a hell of a lot of it. Tonight is not about that Money in the Bank briefcase. It is about Jey Uso, and Balor better focus on the task at hand. Here comes Jey off the crossbody, and Balor, you gotta give the devil his due. Great strength shown, able to roll out with it into the scoop slam. Finn Balor looking to turn away Jey Uso once and for all tonight. Ride that momentum into SummerSlam in 10 nights to once and for all take down his old friend, his old running buddy in Damian Priest. Damian Priest, of course, resides on Monday Night Raw. Finn Balor here on SmackDown. This is a rare interpromotional matchup taking place at SummerSlam. Just a couple of weeks ago at Money in the Bank in Montreal, where both enemies of Finn Balor, Jey Uso and Damian Priest, forced to watch as Balor stood atop the ladder and took down that contract. And you gotta believe that it's been a hell of a big motivator for both men to get their hands on the Prince in recent weeks. I mean, you heard Damian Priest a couple of weeks back on Monday Night Raw, and he said that was the straw that broke the camel's back. At that point in time, he said he couldn't wait any longer. He's tried to push away this problem with Finn and move on with his career. He simply can't. He's gotta send Finn Balor, in his words, south of heaven. We saw a little bit of preview of that last week on SmackDown, and of course, this past Saturday night in Bridgeport, Saturday night's main event, Finn Balor costing Damian Priest that matchup against Carmelo Hayes. Brawl would ensue in the backstage area and spill out to the arena later in the night, and it was Finn Balor who left Damian Priest laying with a series of coup de grace. Jey Uso hoping to keep Finn Balor left laying tonight with a couple of super kicks, spears, dives, whatever he's got to do. There's the crossbody hitting on the button. That's what he wanted earlier. Mr. Money in the Bank looking worse for wear here as Jey Uso tries to mount a little bit of a comeback in the middle of the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh. Out of the corner. Jey Uso revving up the engines here. Looking to put Finn Balor away here on SmackDown. It's not over yet, Finn's still alive. Well, you step to Finn Balor, you best not miss. Only get so many shots to take your shot at the Prince. Jey Uso trying to make the most of this opportunity and finally stick it to his longtime rival here. Finn Balor sent out of the ring. Jey Uso looking for a repeat of last week on SmackDown. Diving over the top rope, right onto the target. Ooh. And that dive igniting some energy here in Pittsburgh. Finn Balor looking like he doesn't know what hit him. Jey heading up top this time. Finn Balor just trying to get his wherewithal, avoid an Uso splash, but Jey's coming flying anyway. Crossbody this time from the top rope. And another kick out by Finn. Jey Uso revving up the engines, bringing the fireworks here on SmackDown tonight. But Finn Balor came ready for a fight. There's a dodge into the swing blade. And into the drop kick. That's a classic combination out of the arsenal of Mr. Money in the Bank. Remember, Jey Uso only resides here on SmackDown in this day and age because of what both Damian Priest and Finn Balor did to Jey all the way back last September when the Judgment Day kicked the Usos off of Monday Night Raw. Just one of the many chapters in this rivalry today, as Balor might have just put this matchup to bed, but it's not over yet. It is not over yet. Even the night Finn Balor arrived here on SmackDown, back in March after being drafted over from Monday Night Raw, first person he got in the face of was main event Jey. There are so many chapters in this story between Balor and Jey, it would take us all night to list every single one of them. But if you know the history, and you know the bad blood between these two superstars. Mr. Money in the Bank certainly looking confident in the middle of the PPG Paints Arena. Hold on here. Well, looks like Monday Night Raw's Damian Priest is once again crossing enemy lines. Damian Priest looking to return the favor from last week when Finn Balor cost him that matchup against Carmelo Hayes. Here's Damian Priest aiding Jey Uso with a little distraction to his SummerSlam opponent. Finn Balor all over, in control of this matchup until the arrival of Damian, and now Jey Uso unloading with lefts, with rights. Finn Balor looks like he doesn't know what hit him. Jey's far from done. Neckbreaker on Finn. And he's going up top for the exclamation point. Uso splash. A huge victory for main event Jey Uso here on SmackDown.
Here is your winner, main event, Jey Uso.
Well, obviously a little bit of an assistance from Damian Priest tonight, but nobody can say that Finn Balor didn't have that coming. Oh, whoa, wait a minute here. Hold on, that's Siobhan Evans backstage, and it looks like a massacre is taking place. Evans supposed to wrestle against JD McDonough later tonight, but clearly somebody has attacked. We need to get some help back there for Javon. Can't get enough universe mode? PLE kickoff shows, live events, all exclusive to Noah Nation Gaming channel members. Hit the join button down below and gain access to more universe than ever before. What is a better time than any to become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member? Punch your ticket to Great Balls of Fire live from Baltimore this Saturday night. It is a Backstage Pass channel member exclusive live event. Obafemi, Stephanie Vaquer, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, the new Intercontinental Champion Randy Orton, and so much more. Become a Backstage Pass channel member, and we'll see you in Baltimore this Saturday. Well, we await to get an update on what happened backstage moments ago. Obviously, Javon Evans found laid out. I don't know who attacked him. We have no information other than the fact that Javon was supposed to go one-on-one with JD McDonough the Judgment Day here tonight. As of right now, that matchup seems to be in question. Javon Evans getting checked out by medical at the given moment. Hopefully we can get an update as tonight progresses. But the action gonna move on nonetheless. Tag team bout right here in Pittsburgh.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 380 pounds. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, New Catch Republic.
Well, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate have had an issue with Drew McIntyre and Sheamus going all the way back to the month of March here on SmackDown. And it was just a couple of weeks ago that New Catch Republic fell short and tried to take down the tag team champions for tag team championship gold. And maybe they would have took the loss on the chin. Maybe they would have been okay with coming up short and moving right back to the back of the line and earning their opportunity again. But it's what happened after the matchup that has stuck with Dunne and Bate over the last few weeks. Not only did McIntyre and Sheamus defeat New Catch Republic, but they continued to beat down and shove New Catch Republic out of the ring after the contest. That really igniting a flame inside of Bate and Dunne to get right back into the line of fire and try to get right back inside of the ring with Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Obviously remains to be seen if they're going to be able to do so. Right now, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson, a pretty deadly stand in their way. Remember last week on SmackDown, McIntyre and Sheamus defeating this new version of Alpha Academy. Whole situation there, but retaining their tag team titles in a defense nonetheless. The New Catch Republic, who've got a bone to pick with those two warriors, hitting the ring after the matchup and igniting a brawl with the tag team champions. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate now. Victory is the utmost important. They want to get back inside of the ring with two men who have been ever looming thorns in their side for months here on SmackDown. They got to get the victory where it matters most, and that's nights like tonight. Do not underestimate Pretty Deadly, however. Former NXT Tag Team Champions looking to find their own path here on SmackDown. Just a couple of weeks ago, the Pretty Deadly came up short to Motor City Machine Guns. SmackDown's hottest new teams. I'm sure Pretty Deadly is not looking to fall short of the finish line again. Elton Prince, nice reversal as Pete Dunne came off the middle rope. Pretty Deadly, don't let their name and look fool you. They can be scrappy inside of that ring. And they can be effective in tandem offense, just as you see it there. Kit Wilson now taking the fight to the bruiserweight Pete Dunne, who may be out for the count. Not just yet. Not just yet here. Pete Dunne still alive on Thursday Night SmackDown. What a night we still have in store for you. That champion versus champion high caliber main event. To a SmackDown's best. A little cheap shot that time. To a SmackDown's best, going to be locking horns inside of the blue brand ring. Champion versus champion as the United States champion Austin Theory goes one-on-one with the World Heavyweight Champion in Ilja Dragunov. That's just going down 10 days away before Ilja defends his championship against the phenomenal AJ Styles at SummerSlam. A lot riding on the line in terms of SummerSlam momentum for Ilja Dragunov later tonight in the Steel City. Right now it's Tyler Bate. Great sunset flip out of the corner into the pinfall. Nearly had this matchup done and over with. But Pretty Deadly getting hungry for their opportunity here on SmackDown, trying to hang in there with some of the teams who have been at the helm of the division. New Catch Republic may have fallen short in their defense, I should say in their challenge for the gold a couple of weeks ago. They have been hanging in there with some of the top names here on SmackDown as of late. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, it was not an easy task for them to get that victory a couple of weeks ago. Gotta imagine another round with New Catch Republic could be exactly what Bate and Dunne need to become the WWE Tag Team Champions. Now Elton Prince coming in. Just leveling the big strong boy. Tyler Bate, former Cruiserweight Champion of the world this time last year. Multiple month reign with that title. Elton Prince just knocking a former two-time Intercontinental Champion, a former World Tag Team Champion, and Pete Dunne off the apron, but he left himself wide open for attack by Tyler Bate. Don't call him the big strong boy for nothing. Incredible power on display as now Tyler shows the other side of his arsenal as he goes high risk, high reward, high octane offense with a double jump, cross body. Unfortunately for New Catch Republic, this matchup gonna progress. Gotta imagine the tag team champions got their eyes on this contest, especially after what happened. Oh, wait a minute, hold on here, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting some news that our headsets regarding Javon Evans. Evidently, he has been looked at by medical and he will not be cleared to compete in that advertised matchup against J.D. McDonough later tonight here in Pittsburgh. Javon Evans getting checked out by medical, but as you can see with that mystery attack, you know, in my estimation, there's only so many suspects, and I think Judgment Day should be on everybody's radar. Javon and Dominic have been going at it throughout the summer over the Cruiserweight Championship. Balor tried to take care of Evans last week. Evans obviously not staying down, ready to get back into the ring with another Judgment Day member tonight in J.D. McDonough. And all of a sudden, Evans goes down with an attack. Seems suspicious to me. Maybe we should focus on that Judgment Day clubhouse. Nonetheless, though, hopefully Javon Evans is going to be able to rest to recoup and get back in action in the coming weeks here on SmackDown. But nonetheless, Pretty Deadly New Catch Republic under the bright lights here in Pittsburgh at the given moment. Elton Prince in control. The big strong boy Tyler Bate. Pretty Deadly just trying to scratch and claw their way to future top contendership here on SmackDown. But that ain't going to be an easy route. Elton Prince into the fireman's carry position, and Tyler Bate is sending him for an amusement park ride. Around and around we go with the airplane spin. I think Elton Prince is about to see his lunch. Tyler Bate dropping him. Tyler Bate trying to get his wherewithal. And now a shooting star press for good measures. And it's not over yet. Elton Prince still alive. Kit Wilson trying to get in here as well. But Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne extra fired up to get that victory tonight. They got McIntyre and Sheamus and a future tag team title opportunity on their minds. And they're not looking to stop at anything to keep down Pretty Deadly on tonight's SmackDown. Tyler Bate just trying to cut the ring in half and keep Elton Prince in enemy territory. Easier said than done. Reversal into the uppercut. It's a hard-hitting shot at that. And another hit, and Pretty Deadly have taken a hell of a lot of cheap shots in this matchup. Not that it's uncharacteristic by any means, but clearly showing they're willing to do anything they got to do to try to gain victory. Tyler Bate with a nice head scissors takedown. Oh, wait a minute, all's fair in love and war. Down goes Kit Wilson. Oh, but he left his back open. Elton Prince stacking him up. Trying to get the victory, not just yet. Pretty Deadly almost sneaking the victory that time. Tyler Bate, however, with other plans. New Catch Republic, hell-bent on seeing their name in the lights. Tyler Driver 97. And this one's over. Huge victory for New Catch Republic.
Here are your winners, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. New Catch Republic.
A big victory tonight for... Oh, wait a minute here. Well, this isn't Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. This is the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. Well, they've only been on SmackDown for a couple of weeks at this point, but they have garnered some huge victories. 3-0 are the Motor City Machine Guns. And maybe they're looking to test their strengths against Dunne and Bate. Oh, well, Jey Uso and Trick Williams, a little discussion backstage here at the PPG Paints Arena, but we want to take you back to this past Saturday night in Bridgeport. Talk of the United States Championship. Well, this was the United States title on the line as Austin Theory was able to turn away the former champion in the Megastar LA Knight to retain the red, white, blue, and gold. Austin Theory's celebration cut short. A little heated confrontation as Trick Williams would arrive on the scene and stare eye to eye with Austin Theory, obviously calling his shot for a future championship matchup. Well, Trick Williams en route to trying to earn that title matchup. But what's next for Austin Theory? We know it's coming up right here tonight. It's a champion versus champion contest. The United States champion Austin Theory one-on-one with the World Heavyweight Champion Ilja Dragunov. That is right here tonight in Pittsburgh. But who is heading to Huntington Bank Field a week from Sunday? Who will challenge Kairi Sane for the Women's United States Championship on the SummerSlam kickoff show? We are going to find out right here, right now.
The following contest is an 8-woman battle royal. Making her way to the ring from Tokyo, Japan,
You know, both Raw and SmackDown have seen a lot of new talent surface in the last couple of months, and the beautiful madness Julia has certainly made waves here on Thursday nights. An incredible performance in the Money in the Bank ladder match a couple of weeks ago in Montreal. Julia even making it to the finals of this year's Queen of the Ring tournament, only to be turned away by Raw's Lyra Valkyria. There may have been a few bumps in the road, but overall you can't look at Julia's path here on SmackDown since the beginning as anything short of a success. And Julia now looking to take the next step, win this over the top rope battle royal, and challenge Kairi Sane a week from Sunday in Cleveland for the Women's United States Championship. Or maybe the opportunity will go to the Judgment Day.
Representing the Judgment Day from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan, one of 8 superstars that is set to compete in this battle royal. They join Jordynne Grace, Naomi, Piper Niven, Zelina Vega, Chelsea Green, and Bayley. It is an 8-woman over the top rope battle royal. Who's going to the SummerSlam kickoff show? We find out up next. Welcome to SummerSlam.
I have to make a choice.
Think down even further.
Drowning out my voice. If you're feeling lost, sing this song with me. It will shine a light. I hope that you can say, "Flying away, carry me, take me."
We are back live here in Pittsburgh on Thursday Night SmackDown. 8 women set to enter that ring. The last woman standing will challenge Kairi Sane for the Women's United States Championship a week from Sunday in Cleveland on the SummerSlam kickoff show. Naomi knows a thing or two about being in the ring with the Sky Pirate. 7 women have entered. But it ain't over until the Juggernaut makes her way down the aisle.
And their opponent from Austin, Texas, Jordynne Grace.
Jordynne Grace, the newest acquisition to Thursday Night SmackDown, who arrived just 2 weeks ago, accepting an open challenge by Kairi Sane. Jordynne Grace, unfortunately for her, coming up short in her pursuit of the Women's United States Championship. But man, oh man, how the tables have quickly turned. Another opportunity that Jordynne Grace can kick down tonight. If she can be the last woman standing, she'll be right back in the ring with Kairi in 10 nights in Huntington Bank Field. What is a stacked field here full of SmackDown superstars? Who is going to gain the opportunity and challenge Kairi Sane on the SummerSlam kickoff show? Bell has sounded. We are underway. A lot of action going to be taking place in the confines of that ring. We will do our damnedest to try to keep up with all of it. Of course, the SummerSlam kickoff show exclusive to all No Nation Gaming channel members. You can sure become a channel member and don't miss out on the events that will be taking place prior to our special start time of 4 p.m. a week from Sunday in Cleveland. A lot of action inside of that ring as Chelsea Green, Liv Morgan going at it. You gotta wonder if Chelsea and Piper, tag team partners, there'll be any action there and try to divide and conquer the rest of the field. It could all come down to Chelsea and Piper. Remains to be seen. Meanwhile, Bayley and Naomi, who have teamed up in recent memory, even challenged for the Women's Tag Team Championship in the early part of June, going at it on the far side of the ring right now. Obviously, both women hoping for a singles opportunity. Some newcomers in recent months in there like Jordynne Grace and Julia. Naomi, who just returned entirely to the WWE back in the month of March. SmackDown's women's division thriving with talent at the given moment. Only one of these superstars will challenge for the championship. So the victors goes the spoils. Remains to be seen who that will be. It's almost wasn't Bayley. Looks like she's trying to hold on there as Chelsea Green trying to get the first elimination of the matchup, but obviously easier said than done. Gotta have eyes in the back of your head in this kind of matchup. Any given moment, somebody can come clock you in the back of the head, try to dump you over the top rope. It is really anybody's ball game in a battle royal. Over the top rope, both feet hit the floor, you are eliminated. You see Julia and Jordynne Grace going at it. Be a hell of a one-on-one matchup someday here on SmackDown. Julia and Jordynne, two of SmackDown's hottest newcomers in recent time. Jordynne literally just 2 weeks ago arriving on SmackDown. And a great matchup against Kairi Sane. I'm sure she could learn a thing or two from her loss if she is able to get back in the ring with the Sky Pirate. And I don't know if anybody saw from the far side of the ring, it looked like Piper Niven just saved Chelsea Green from disaster that time. Even Zelina Vega tried to get in on that partnership, and Piper Niven saying, hey, that ain't gonna last long. Oh, look at the strength by the juggernaut. Jordynne Grace just picking up Piper Niven and slamming her down. Naomi and Jordynne going at it. Those two women with history.
Zelina Vega has been eliminated.
Julia eliminated in the first lady of the LWO, Zelina Vega. First elimination of this contest. Oh, wait a minute. Keep your eyes. There goes Chelsea.
Green has been eliminated.
Well, how apropos. Chelsea Green nearly eliminated Bayley in the early moments of this matchup. Well, Bayley eliminating Chelsea Green, bringing the field to 6 here in the middle of the PPG Paints Arena. Talking about Jordynne Grace, Naomi, they continue to go at it. Meanwhile, Bayley with the elbow drop from the top on Piper. Julia and Liv going at it. Those two women who had a great contest back in the Queen of the Ring semi-final bout. Remember Liv Morgan pinning the shoulders of Asuka in that tag team matchup last week alongside Raquel Rodriguez against the Kabuki Warriors. Liv Morgan's even been in the ring with Kairi Sane in a non-title matchup going back to the first round of the Queen of the Ring tournament. She was victorious on that night. Who's to say she couldn't keep down Kairi again? Well, look at Piper. Piper getting taken down with the head scissors by Naomi. And now it's Jordynne. Spotlight on her. The power slam on Bayley. And so much action to try to keep your eyes on here. It looks like Liv and Naomi, the odd couple now, trying to eliminate Piper. They do.
Piper Niven has been eliminated.
Well, it took two women, but they're able to get the Scottish Destroyer, if you will, over the top rope. Maybe a favorite to win this matchup. There goes Piper Niven. We are down to 5, and the superstar shining bright here. Naomi with a rear view. Jordynne over the top. Jordynne holding on. Great strength shown by the Juggernaut. Bayley now. Rose plant. Code breaker by Liv. And now it's Julia. Tries to take out Liv from behind. There's the Oblivion. Almost everybody down for the moment here. There goes Naomi.
Has been eliminated.
Naomi eliminated as the fatigue of this matchup starts to set in and some of these women are throwing their best shots. Down to 4 here, that being Liv, Jordynne, Bayley, and Julia. Liv crashing and burning off that drop kick, trying to shake off the cobwebs, however, and focus on one of SmackDown's newest acquisitions. Well, here's Julia now, dropping Liv Morgan right on her crown. And any one of these women would make for a hell of a battle against Kairi Sane in Huntington Bank Field a week from Sunday on the SummerSlam kickoff show. Liv Morgan trying to get the hell out of Dodge. Obviously, you got to go over the top rope. Liv knows that. There goes Jordynne.
Grace has been eliminated.
Bayley able to take out the Juggernaut. Huge eliminations by Bayley throughout this matchup. And Julia may be next if this offense by Liv keeps up. There's Bayley from behind into the Saito. That's what we were talking about earlier on. You got to have eyes in the back of your head, which is easier said than done, because at any given moment, somebody's coming from behind trying to clock you. Just like this, Bayley had her back turned. She nearly gets eliminated, but Julia gets a knee for her troubles. Julia might have her bell rung this time. Bayley trying to go after the beautiful madness. Not just yet, a nice counter there. Down to 3 as Julia's starting to dominate the ring. Julia, Bayley, and Liv. One of these women will be the next #1 contender. There's the backbreaker by Julia. Taking out Bayley once more. Liv Morgan, I'm sure, would be oh so satisfactory for her to eliminate Julia after Julia eliminated Liv from the Queen of the Ring tournament all the way back on the first SmackDown of July. Can't forget about Bayley, however, who was challenged for championship gold in recent memory as well. Now looking for a singles opportunity, another Saito. Julia gonna need some ice after this matchup, and maybe Bayley's gonna need some as well. She eats a pair of knees by Liv, and Julia drops Liv with a big boot. Bayley brought to her feet. The beautiful madness looking to continue her success as she drops Bayley right on her dome. Bayley might be ripe for the pickings, and it looks like Liv Morgan's gonna be the one to try to toss Bayley out of this matchup. Bayley teetered in the corner. Julia got to keep her eyes on the game here. Liv Morgan once again sent her to the top rope. Julia gonna pick her spot. Sends Bayley and she just collapses into the corner. All these women got to be running on E. Bayley sent over the top rope, trying to skin the cat. Too late. Bayley eliminated by Julia. We are down to 2. The beautiful madness and the Judgment Day's representative. Liv Morgan right on the offense as soon as Julia eliminated Bayley. Liv has been in the ring with Kairi Sane. She has beaten her in non-title action before, and she pinned another member of the Kabuki Warriors last week. Will Liv and that hot streak against that trio keep up? Or will Julia continue to find success as she has on SmackDown since her arrival? Anybody's ball game here in the middle of Pittsburgh, all trying to gain a championship opportunity. Julia creates some separation. Liv, however, well-timed counter into the code breaker out of the corner. Huge maneuver by Liv. Might have just taken an ounce of flesh out of the beautiful madness. Julia now may be dazed, may be confused. Liv Morgan head scissors eliminates Julia and wins #1 contendership.
Here is your winner, Liv Morgan.
Julia putting up a hell of a fight throughout this entire battle royal. But the victor goes the spoils. And unfortunately that victor resides with that rotten Judgment Day. Well, nonetheless, it will go down on the SummerSlam kickoff show for No Nation Gaming channel members. The Judgment Day's Liv Morgan will challenge the Sky Pirate Kairi Sane for the Women's United States Championship. After the confrontation earlier tonight, ladies and gentlemen, another contest has been signed for the SummerSlam kickoff show. New Catch Republic and Motor City Machine Guns both want the same end goal of trying to challenge for the WWE Tag Team titles. The #1 contender spot will be on the line on the SummerSlam kickoff show a week from Sunday. But of course, the road to SummerSlam continues this Saturday night in Baltimore. Become a Backstage Pass channel member and punch your ticket to Great Balls of Fire. It is going to be a hell of a night of action this Saturday night, and you're not going to want to miss it. Hit the join button. Become a Backstage Pass channel member. We'll see you at Great Balls of Fire, and then we'll see you on the SummerSlam kickoff show in Cleveland. Oh, wait a minute here. Wait a minute, this is out in the parking lot. Finn Balor attacking Damian Priest and just smashed his hand in that damn car. Oh, I didn't even know Damian Priest was still in the building after a distraction on Finn earlier tonight. Finn Balor jumping Damian Priest out in the parking garage here. This is not good. So close to these two men's collision at SummerSlam. But this is what this rivalry has come to. A broken friendship. A bitter former partnership, Now these two men rivals, and Finn Balor looking to get the edge ahead of SummerSlam. Can't get enough universe mode? PLE kickoff shows, live events, all exclusive to No Nation Gaming channel members. Hit the join button down below and gain access to more universe than ever before. Well, let's take you back to what just happened moments ago out in the parking garage here at the PPG Paints Arena. Finn Balor ambushing Damian Priest, smashing his hand in that car door, and just continuing to beat down his SummerSlam opponent. The rivalry between these two men continues to get worse and worse for their well-beings, to say the very least. Well, Damian Priest is going to have 10 nights to try to get himself up and dust himself off, because this is the matchup he wanted. This is the matchup he so desired. Damian Priest one-on-one with Mr. Money in the Bank Finn Balor a week from Sunday at SummerSlam. And there are so many bitter rivalries coming to a head in Cleveland. What about the ambulance matchup between the Auszilla Brunson Reed and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, who is out for his pound of flesh ever since Reed sent him home in an ambulance back in the month of June? What about the Women's World Championship matchup? This new attitude of Raquel Rodriguez has proven to be disastrous for the Genius of the Sky, Io Sky. Io defeated Raquel back in WrestleMania in March. This is the return matchup for the Women's World title. Another rivalry that has developed for months over on Monday Night Raw finds its heading inside a solid, cold, and destructive steel cage. The Ring General Gunther will meet the Second City Saints CM Punk. Carnage is sure to be afoot. Another great matchup courtesy of Monday Night Raw as the 2025 Queen of the Ring winner, Lyra Valkyria, is set to lock horns with the Nightmare, Rhea Bloody Ripley, for the WWE Women's Championship. Monday Night Raw rolling out their greatest stars come SummerSlam, including Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu on the Bloodline, as they are set for a 2v2 battle against the visionary Seth freaking Rollins and the OTC Roman Reigns. In the Monday Night Raw main event at SummerSlam, the WWE Championship will be on the line. The franchise John Cena, in search of his 17th trip back to the top of the mountain. Standing in his way is the destructive Braun Breaker. And in SmackDown's main event comes SummerSlam, the 2025 King of the Ring winner, the phenomenal AJ Styles, will challenge the Mad Dragon, Ilja Dragunov. It is a dream matchup that is to be contested over the right to be World Heavyweight Champion. But before we get to SummerSlam, we make a pit stop at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio next Thursday night. We saw it come together backstage earlier on. Trick Williams set to go one-on-one with Big Jim, Jey Uso. It's a Money in the Bank qualifier return bout. And a couple of weeks ago, we saw El Idolo Andrade keep down Austin Theory in a non-title matchup. Well, next week, the United States Championship will be on the line. Andrade gets his opportunity against Austin Theory next week in the main event of SmackDown, just 72 hours before the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. But it is main event time here tonight in Pittsburgh, and we are signed, sealed, and set to be delivered for this champion versus champion matchup. Two of the top stars of SmackDown set to collide.
The following champion versus champion contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the WWE United States Champion, Austin Theory.
Well, they say iron sharpens iron, and Austin Theory is going to need to be as sharp as he can be come next Thursday night in Columbus, Ohio, when he defends the United States Championship against a man who has been his rival all the way back to the spring, Ilja Andrade. But Austin Theory cannot be focused on his championship defense next week, because standing in his way tonight is the man who has been known as the face of SmackDown ever since he captured the World Heavyweight Championship on WrestleMania Saturday earlier this year. Well, I'll tell you, we are getting a treat in tonight's main event here in Pittsburgh, 10 nights away from SummerSlam, where Ilja Dragunov will defend the World Championship, 7 nights away from next week on SmackDown, where Theory will defend his United States Championship. But right here tonight on SmackDown, these two champions set to clash with one another. Momentum's on the line. Neither man looking to give an inch. Championships may not be up for grabs tonight, but the pride of the fight is the competition is of the highest, and nobody thrives under the pressure of the spotlight quite like the man Dragon, quite like the Tsar, Ilja Dragunov.
And his opponent from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion,
Ilja Dragunov, a week from Sunday, heads into what many are calling a dream matchup against the phenomenal AJ Styles, the 2025 King of the Ring, a man who in the last calendar year was the WWE Champion over on Monday Night Raw. It is a tall task for Ilja come SummerSlam, but if anybody can not only survive, but thrive in that fight, you're looking at him. Ilja, ever since WrestleMania, has turned away the likes of Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Finn Balor, Jey Uso, Bronson Reed. It has been a hell of a World Heavyweight Championship reign for the Tsar. SummerSlam is just another battle in the mind of Ilja, and he will treat it like any other. He's gonna come in with those cold-hearted eyes, ready to fight to a bitter end, all in the name of still holding that heavyweight championship of the world. And Ilja brings that same mentality to tonight's SmackDown main event. The championships are not on the line, but a hell of a lot of pride and momentum are. Theory versus Dragunov. This should be a good one. Could be a huge momentum builder for Austin Theory, especially after that victory over LA Knight last Saturday in Bridgeport. A lot of people have made something about Austin Theory not being able to get the job done where it matters most, but seemingly has started to turn that around, we should say, in recent memory. Winning the United States Championship and Money in the Bank in Montreal, retaining it clean as a whistle, no ends, ifs, or buts about it against LA Knight last Saturday night. If Theory can defeat Ilja tonight, you gotta believe Austin Theory is gonna be entering a new prime of his career, somebody who we have never seen here on SmackDown before, if you will. This is gonna be easier said than done, because Ilja Dragunov, one of the best in the business today, and he is not gonna make it easy for Austin Theory. Dragunov's coming in with that same mentality, keep his momentum of the highest. Saw Ilja face-to-face with AJ Styles last week. A confrontation between champion and challenger. Not much needs to be said, however, between two incredible athletes. All they're waiting for is for the bell to sound and the gold to be on the line come Cleveland. Ilja Dragunov, so much strength in that frame. Anybody who's seen this man train on social media knows he prepares for war. Austin Theory, incredibly disciplined superstar as well. These two men, peak physical condition coming into this contest tonight. It's one of the many reasons why they are both champions today on SmackDown. May not like Austin Theory's cocky and arrogant attitude, but he is really starting to put the pieces together and live up to that potential that we all know he has. But again, we said it before, we'll say it again, iron sharpens iron. There is no better way to sharpen your iron than getting into the ring with the heavyweight champion of the world, a man like Ilja Dragunov, who will, win, lose, or draw, put you through the ringer. Austin Theory trying to survive this storm tonight. and make sure he stares across the ring from Andrade next week, a clear-cut favorite. Out of the corner now, and now Theory with a German suplex of his own to the man rushing. Into the cover, goes the United States Champion, looking for victory here. Easier said than done against the man Dragon. Austin Theory has been in the ring with the likes of Andrade, with LA Knight, Randy Orton earlier this year. Theory's had an interesting 2025 full of ups and downs. And obviously at the top of his mountain right now is the United States Champion. Can he keep it up? That is the question that is at hand as he sends Ilja Dragunov into the corner. Both these men got power in their frames, but dare I say Theory may have a little bit more power. May be able to lean on that against Ilja Dragunov here. I'll tell you, I would not want to get into a striking match with Ilja Dragunov if I'm Austin Theory. Theory needs to wear down Dragunov with maneuvers like this, try to throw him around, use that powerful frame to his advantage, and wrestle his style of matchup instead of letting Ilja dictate the pace. There's the world champion going to the outside here, just trying to get a little R&R, recalibrated game plan against a game United States Champion. Theory, however, might have walked right into the lion's den. Tried to go for that axe hammer, and Ilja Dragunov got him with a shot right to the abdominal. Back inside the ring is the United States Champion, but the world champion, a 2-4 behind, over the top, right into the German. Executed to perfection there by the Tsar, and he goes right into the senton as well. Ilja Dragunov has made a career out of making his opponents think they have him beat and then finding a way to rise in the later part of the matchup. Ilja Dragunov looking to rise to the occasion all over again here tonight in Pittsburgh. Look back to 2024, which was the year Ilja Dragunov really took the next step in his career, moving up to the main event scene here on SmackDown. And 2025, he has made the most of it. Royal Rumble match winner, winning the championship in the main event of WrestleMania. Ilja hoping for victory here, but not if Austin Theory's got anything to say about it. Cradles him up, drops him on the knee. Great effort by the United States Champion. It's not over yet. Ilja Dragunov still alive. I'm sure Andrade has got his eyes on this matchup, doing one last scouting report on a man he has been in the ring with several times over the last couple of months, a man he has defeated in Austin Theory, and I'm sure the same can be said about the phenomenal AJ Styles towards Ilja Dragunov. Getting a look at the champions here on full display tonight, showing you why they are some of the best that SmackDown has to offer. Theory now brought into the corner by Ilja, who starts to light him up with those open palm strikes. Ilja Dragunov, just when you think you got him beat, just finds a way to scratch and claw and push himself through any kind of pain and punishment. Ilja Dragunov is just a different breed of superstar inside of that ring. It's one of the many reasons he has been so successful, and it's one of the many reasons why Austin Theory may be in trouble. Series of Germans. So that underhand hook right under the legs, a different hook by Ilja Dragunov. A little bit more leverage, a little bit of a different landing, all in the effort to take out Theory, and now a Constantine special. That has got to do it. Oh, but Theory's still alive. Austin Theory still in this champion versus champion main event. Austin Theory just continuing to get better, continuing to show he is deserving of his spot. I don't know if anything could be more of a feather in the cap than keeping down the world champion. So tonight is the highest importance for Theory as he cuts Ilja in half in the corner. And there's that signature drop kick. It's a beauty to watch every time. You got to give him credit for it. Austin Theory, if you were to build a superstar from the ground up, you're looking at him. Walks like a star, talks like a star, looks like a star. And he's starting to get the victories that align with that superstardom as well. He's got the gold. Can he get his hand raised here tonight? Trying to pick his spots on Ilja Dragunov, and this is the maturity on full display. Not rushing in, taking his time with the Mad Dragon. This is what you love to see out of a young superstar like Austin Theory, who, again, whether you like his arrogance or not, is very interesting to watch his rise and see how he adjusts to each and every opponent. Austin Theory knows that with that United States Championship comes a target on his back. He has got to perform better. He has got to get better inside of that ring. Oh, now look at this. Just meeting Ilja on the top. Spanish fly by Theory. And it's not enough to get the victory, but it's enough to ignite Pittsburgh here. Great maneuver by Theory that time. Austin Theory knows that he's got superstars lining up to take their best shot. And he is trying to send a message through the midst of defeating Ilja tonight. But that's going to be easier said than done. Nobody home off the drop kick. Ilja turns it in to that deadlift German into the senton. And now it's Ilja going up with another senton, this time from the heavens. And a kick out by Theory. Another near fall. And we got a good one here between two of SmackDown's best. The United States Champion, the World Heavyweight Champion. Both looming around championship defenses in the next 10 days. Theory down in the corner. Not looking to see defeat before his title's on the line next week in Columbus. This reversal by the United States Champion that time. Nobody could say that Theory isn't hanging in with one of the best wrestlers in the world, and that's Ilja Dragunov. Ilja up against the ropes. Just trying to hold himself up, it seems, but Austin Theory's trying to use the ropes to choke him out, get some breath out of those lungs. Ilja Dragunov may be neutralized here. Austin Theory measuring his man, but Ilja fights back. In the corner he goes. My goodness! Just choking Theory, ragdolling him down to the canvas. Well-timed reversal by Ilja, an incredible follow-up offense. Austin Theory looking dazed. Torpedo Moscow! I don't think Ilja's done. Ilja realizes he needs to add an exclamation point here. H-bomb to the United States Champion. Iron sharpens iron. This one's over.
Here is your winner, Ilja Dragunov.
Well, dare I say, you got to give credit to Theory hanging in there with Ilja tonight. But Dragunov bringing his best 10 nights away. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Theory back inside the ring. And we don't got to give him credit for this. This is the side of Theory that we hate to see. Obviously upset at the loss. And is now once again taking the fight to Ilja. And this post-match just so A-Town down to the World Heavyweight Champion. The match is over. Ilja is your victor, but Austin Theory is far from satisfied in that defeat. You know, there's nothing to be ashamed of. That was a hell of a fight, but Theory... Oh, wait a minute here. Hold that thought, because Theory's challenger for next week in Columbus, Ohio is here in Pittsburgh. Elita Low, Andrade, coming to the aid of the World Heavyweight Champion and coming to get him some of his rival. It is next Thursday night in the Nationwide Arena where Andrade will get his opportunity to challenge Austin Theory for the United States Championship. Well, these two men know each other extremely well. Things have gotten personal between them in the past, and now Andrade taking the fight to Theory 7 nights out from the gold being on the line. Andrade now over the top rope with a corkscrew. Well, maybe Theory could have avoided this fight if he just would have took the last one on the chin and not ambushed Ilja Dragunov after the bell. Oh! Andrade sent right into those steel steps. Austin Theory now starting to fight back against his challenger for next week. Andrade, however, just sending Austin Theory into the midst of the WWE Universe here in the middle of the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh. We have got a brawl on our hands between these two rivals whose history goes back several months on SmackDown. So many battles between Theory and Andrade, and maybe the biggest one looming in just 7 nights for the United States Championship. Well, nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta separate those two. But the world champion Ilja Dragunov back on his feet and turns around into his SummerSlam opponent. And a heated confrontation between champion and challenger as the king of the ring, AJ Styles, sends a last warning shot to the Mad Dragon, Ilja Dragunov. In 10 nights, these two men will meet for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam.